Hi guys, I welcome you all to Smartkeeda's lecture for 21st and 22nd June. World's third largest diamond has recently been discovered in which country? So world's third largest diamond has recently been discovered in Botswana. So world's third largest diamond has been discovered in Botswana. This is the second diamond which is of such a huge category which has been discovered from Botswana. The last one was 1109 carat Lesedi La Rona that was discovered in Botswana in 2015, and now this has been discovered, which is the world's third largest diamond, right? Dr. Guruprasad Mohapatra passed away recently due to COVID-19 related complication. He was the secretary of which department? As you must all know that secretary is basically the highest position in a government department. So secretary is the highest position in the government department. So he has recently passed away. Most of the people say that these IAS and IAS, IPS people are not dying. That means that there is some scheme by them to have vaccinations at the earliest. But he has died, Dr. Guruprasad Mohapatra, and he is the first secretary level bureaucrat who has died. He was the head of Department of Industry and Internal Trade, DPIIT. He was a 1986 Gujarat cadre IAS officer, and he is the first serving secretary to the government of India who has come to the disease. World Refugee Day was celebrated on which date? World Refugee Day. I hope you know that refugees are the people who are displaced from their land due to ethnic violence, due to economic reasons, or anything which is forced on them, right? So basically due to terrorism. Okay, so World Refugee Day was celebrated on which date? The answer for the same is that it was celebrated on 20th June. It is celebrated every year June 20th by United Nations to honor the courage of refugees around the world who have been forced outside of their homes. This also recognizes those host communities, like for example, if you are moved and displaced from Maldives and you're coming to Goa, then some family, if that adopts you, right, then that's also worthy of honor. So UN also recognizes host communities that welcome refugees and offer them shelter and assistance in the true spirit of compassion, humanity and shared values. Which date is observed as the World Music Day? World Music Day is observed on, kindly give the correct answer. World Music Day is observed on 21st June. So World Music Day is an annual celebration. It is a day to encourage young and amateur musicians to perform. This day is also known as the Music Day or Make Music Day, and anyone can play their favorite instruments or for enjoyment or relaxation. I hope that much is clear for everybody. We will come back to the slide then. International Day of Celebration of Solstice was observed on which date? Solstice, as you much know, that summer solstice is on June 21 and it was observed also on the same date. So on summer solstice, the sun shines for the longest time of the day. That's June 21. International Day of Yoga was observed on which date recently? Again, a very simple thing. June 21st is the correct answer. On International Yoga Day celebrated on June 21. This was the 7th edition. Right? 7th edition of this International Yoga Day. Who of the following players has recently won the 2021 French Grand Prix? So until recently, Lewis Hamilton used to win. But now he is strongly challenged by Max Verstappen. So Max Verstappen has won this 2021 French Grand Prix. He is a new bull in the Formula 1 racing. So Red Bull Racing's Max Verstappen beat Mercedes-Benz AMG Lewis Hamilton by almost 3 seconds to claim victory in a thrilling Formula 1 French Grand Prix held at Circuit Paul Ricard. The Nutmegs Curse is going to be released in October this year. Who is the author of the book of Nutmegs Curse? So the Nutmegs Curse is going to be released in October and it is written by Amitav Ghosh. So Amitav Ghosh has written this Nutmegs Curse. This is a parables, short stories for a planet in crisis, and it is set to release in October this year. So this is going to be released in October 2021. As per the Ease of Living Index, which city is the most livable city? So as per the Ease of Living Index, the most livable city is Bengaluru. So Bengaluru is the most livable city. Chennai is the second. Right? So only this thing that you have to remember. Right? Of the 3 state capitals featured in the top 10 most livable cities, it focused on 4 parameters. So index was based on 4 parameters: quality of life, जीवन की गुणवत्ता, economic ability, आपका पैसे कमाने की कितनी ability है, sustainability and citizens' perceptions to determine the ease of living index score. Which one is going to be declared inoperative if not linked to Aadhaar before June 30, 2021? So Aadhaar is by default out. The answer is that PAN card is going to be inoperative if it is not linked to Aadhaar by June 30, 2021. Right? Who among the following has recently been named as the member of World Bank IMF High Advisory Group? World Bank or IMF High Advisory Group. So he is the deputy chairperson of the Planning Commission earlier, and he is Mr. Montek Singh Ahluwalia. So Montek Singh Ahluwalia, former deputy chairman of the Planning Commission and distinguished fellow at the Center for Social and Economic Progress, was named as the member of High Level Advisory Group formed by the World Bank and IMF in the phase of dual crisis posed by COVID-19 pandemic and climate change. Ibrahim Raisi has recently won the 2021 presidential election of which country? The answer for the same is that Ibrahim Raisi has won the 2021 presidential election of Iran. So Ibrahim Raisi is an ultra conservative. That means he is totally related to Islamist jurisprudence, and he was the ultra conservative judiciary chief. His election saw the lowest turnout in since the establishment of Islamic Republic in 1979. So only 48.8% people voted for him. That is because pro-reform oriented Iranians have abstained from the vote. Which of the following state has recently launched two ambitious schemes, christened as Mukhyamantri Yuva Udyami Yojana and Mukhyamantri Mahila Udyami Yojana, to promote entrepreneurship among youth and women in the state? The answer for the same is Bihar. So Bihar has launched these two schemes, Mukhyamantri Yuva Udyami Yojana and Mukhyamantri Mahila Udyami Yojana, under Mukhyamantri Udyami Yojana scheme. So basically this is a sub-classification. These schemes are sub-classification under this. World Sickle Day 2020, Sickle Cell Day 2021 was observed on which date? So I must tell you that this sickle is not that sickle. It is a sickle related to blood cells, and this sickle day was observed on June 19th. So sickle cell anemia is a genetic red blood cell disorder. People with sickle cell disorders don't have enough healthy red blood cells to carry oxygen throughout the body, according to mayoclinic.org. Which edition of the National Reading Day was observed on 19 June 2021? The answer is that on this 19 June 2021, 26th edition of the National Reading Day was observed. This National Reading Day is very important because people must be made aware of the value of reading. By reading books, we not only increase our awareness about different topics, but we also increase our reasoning, because more and more topics means that we have different views which we can counter in our mind. Also, the habit of reading makes you less prone to depression, less prone to taking decisions which are foolish, because you have read more. So this day falls on the death anniversary of P.N. Panikkar, the man behind the library movement in Kerala. Monk in a Mug is the memoir of which person that is set to release on 28 June 2021? So Monk in a Mug, that means monk in a Mercedes. It means that you can remain calm as well as cool with money. So this book is by Dr. Ashok Panagriya. He is a famous neurologist, and he has written a book which will be a poignant reminder of anyone looking to achieve eternal happiness and mental peace while pursuing all of life's luxuries, material wealth and professional success. It will be released on June 28. Marquis Kido passed away recently. He was related to which sport? So Marquis Kido. One must remember that kids play badminton. So from that you remember that Marquis Kido was a badminton shuttler, and Indonesian badminton player Marquis Kido passed away at 36 on Monday night from a heart attack while playing badminton. A team of which countries' collaboration have developed a new imaging technique that will help reveal obstacles in the path that will be hidden by, otherwise they are hidden by fog in rail, sea and road transportation, and it will also help in spotting lighthouse beacons. So which countries' collaboration has made it? So for example, there is a lot of fog, right? And you are traveling, let us say, with your bike or a car, like you have a car or you have a bike. So it's not possible to see further objects, right? If somebody is standing here, it's not possible to see due to the fog. But these team of researchers have developed this new imaging technique that will help to see those obstacles. The answer is Indo-French. So Indo-French team's techniques have improved way of imaging through fog. Researchers from multiple Indian institutions, including the Raman Research Institute, RRI, Bangalore, and ISRO Space Station Application Center in Ahmedabad and Universities Paris Cercle CNRS France have developed this new imaging technique that makes imaging of objects in foggy weather conditions more clearer. Carlyle Asia Partner has recently sold what percent of stake in SBI card and payment services worth 4811 crore through a block deal? So how much they have sold? The answer is 5.1%. So Carlyle Arm has sold 5.1% stake in SBI cards for 4811 crore. Who among the following has recently re-elected as UN Secretary General for the second 5-year term starting January 1, 2022? So the first, right now the current Secretary General is Antonio Guterres. So Antonio Guterres has been re-elected. Very simple. Antonio Guterres has been re-elected as the UN Secretary General, right? Who among the following has recently become the first woman fighter pilot in the Indian Air Force from the Rajouri district? Rajouri district is in JNK, and she has become the first IAF woman fighter pilot. The answer is Mavya Sudan. So Mavya Sudan, a resident of Jammu and Kashmir from Rajouri district, has become the first woman fighter pilot in the IAF. Right? She is commissioned now into the IAF as a flying officer. She has become the 12th woman officer and first from Rajouri to be inducted as a fighter pilot in the IAF. So from Rajouri district, actually the question is from Rajouri district. Otherwise there are fighter pilots who have been inducted before, but from Rajouri district, who is the first woman fighter pilot. Name the woman who was honored with prestigious European Inventor Award. The answer goes to that this prestigious European Inventor Award went to Sumita Mitra. She is a dental activist. She is an Indian American chemist, and she has integrated nanotechnology into dental materials so as to produce stronger and more aesthetically pleasing fillings. Because fillings are very important. Even my tooth are filled because of my bad eating habits of Cadbury in my earlier childhood. So that's why this is very, very important. So her technology will enable people to have more aesthetically means beautifully looking fillings as well as stronger fillings. Which company has joined WEF partnership for new work standard initiative so that they can establish a healthy, resilient and equitable future of work? The answer is Wipro. So Wipro has joined WEF's partnership for new work standard initiative so that they can establish a healthy, resilient and equitable future of work. Sebi has imposed what amount of fine on 9 entities including Franklin Templeton Trustee Services, some senior official and fund managers? The answer is that Sebi has imposed a fine of 15 crore rupees on 9 entities including Franklin Templeton Trustee Services, some senior officials and fund managers. Union Minister for Agriculture and Farmer Welfare Shri Narendra Singh Tomar has addressed which session of the FAO Conference? The answer is that he has addressed 42nd session of the FAO Conference. FAO is Food Agriculture Organization. Headquarter is in Rome. So always remember these kind of static questions are very important, right? To commemorate the long-standing relationship between India and FAO, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has released a special 75 rupee commemorative coin which aptly combines the theme of agriculture production and nutrition in its motto, that is Sahi Poshan, Desh Roshan, meaning a country will shine if the nutrition is correct. This man is obsessed with, this government is in fact obsessed with small names. So that's why for every scheme you have a small name. It's very easy to remember. I don't say that it's bad or it's good, but yeah, it's very easy to remember. So these kind of questions can come. Sahi Poshan, Desh Roshan. In what, in which event it was said? So this was said by, this was emphasized in this session of FAO Conference, which was the 42nd session. India and which country have conducted a joint naval exercise in the Indian Ocean under the motive Free and Open Indo-Pacific, FOIP? The answer is that India and Japan have conducted this operation, that is joint naval exercise, that is Free and Open Indo-Pacific. Right? JK Kashima, TV3508 and J Sitoi conducted a bilateral exercise with INS Kulish in the Indian Ocean to realize Free and Open Indo-Pacific. These kind of exercises are very important because China is exerting its hegemony over this land. India and which country have recently inked an MOU for developing cooperation between two countries in the area of environment? So India and this MOU has been signed with Bhutan. So India and Bhutan have inked this MOU for developing cooperation between two countries in the area of environment. So India and Bhutan today inked this MOU for developing cooperation between two countries in the area of environment. MOU was signed virtually by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Prakash Javadekar from Indian side, and Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Chairperson of National Environment Commission, Lanpo Dor Tandi Dorji from the Bhutanese side. Which of the following state has recently launched Ashirwad for education and health for COVID orphans? So this is a scheme, Ashirwad, for education and health of COVID orphans. This is launched by Naveen Patnaik and he is the CM of Odisha. He has launched this new scheme, Ashirwad, for education, health and maintenance of COVID orphans. Who among the following have launched a special mobile app called Khedo Punjab for putting the sport department and all sport person of the state of Punjab on digital platform? The answer is, kindly tell, Rana Gurmeet Singh Sodhi. He is the sports minister of Punjab. So he has launched this mobile app called Khedo Punjab for sports department and all the sport person of the state of Punjab on digital platform. World Hydrography Day 2021 was observed on which date? Very simple, just remember the date. World Hydrography Day. World Hydrography Day was observed on 21st June. Again, Summer Solstice Days is also on the same date. Music Day is also on the same date. So very important. It's observed on June 21. Very important. It is the IHO, that is the International Hydrographic Organization, is celebrating 100th anniversary of its formation this day. World Refugee Day 21 was observed on which date? Answer is very simple, June 20th. The World Refugee Day was celebrated by the UN. It celebrates the strength and courage of people who have been forced to flee their home to escape conflict or persecution. Who among the following is the author of the book titled The Seven Sins of Being a Mother? So the answer is that this book, The Seven Sins of Being a Mother, is written by Tahira Kashyap Khurana. She is the wife of Ayushman Khurana. So she has written book Seven Sins of Being a Mother. A new species named Stygrus carolinensis has been identified in which of the following state? So this new species carolinensis has been named after Kerala. That's why this name, Kerala. So they have discovered a new tardigrade species of the genus Tigritis, which they named after Kerala, right? Very important. Which of the following countries has launched Shenzhou 12, the first mission in 5 years, further accelerating its space program to rival United States? The answer is Shenzhou 12 is launched by China. So China has successfully launched Shenzhou 12, the first manned mission in 5 years, further accelerating the space program to rival that of United States. Who among the following has recently been awarded prestigious CEU Open Society Prize for 2021? CEU Open Society Prize for 2021 was given to KK Shalja. So Central European University Open Society Prize has been awarded to KK Shalja. She is the former health minister of Kerala. Right? These kind of awards are basically, you scratch my back, I scratch your back, because Kerala also suffered from the first wave, it also suffered from the second wave, but these are given just to please the egos. Which of the following bank has entered in MOU with the National Small Industries Corporation Limited under NSI Bank Credit Facilitation Scheme to support micro, small and medium enterprises with credit requirements? The answer is this bank, Union Bank of India, has entered this into an MOU with NSIC under NSIC Bank Credit Facilitation Scheme. Right? World Sauntering Day was observed on which date? Kindly give the correct answer. World Sauntering Day was observed on June 19th. Right? World Sauntering Day is basically a day that reminds everyone to slow down for a day and take it easy. Sauntering is just a way of taking a leisurely walk. Right? Very important. Sauntering Day is for all about relaxation, because some of the times we are so busy that we miss the beauties of life. So it's important that we relax, we focus and we relax again, so that our productivity is on the higher end. Who among the following has been awarded by the World Book of Records, London, for commitment towards trade and industry during COVID times? The answer is Khyati Naravane. So Khyati Naravane has been awarded as a certificate of commitment by World Book of Records. Very important, very, very important, right? She has been awarded for commitment towards trade and industry during the COVID times. Which woman cricketer has become the youngest woman cricketer to hit a half century in both innings on test debut? She has hit 50 plus runs in both innings of the test debut. The answer is Shefali Verma. So Shefali Verma, in a one-off test between England women and India women, she scripted history when she smashed a half century in second innings at the country ground in Bristol on Friday. Very important. As per the recent study, India's unemployment rate has declined to how much percent as COVID restrictions ease in many states due to rapid vaccination? The answer is 8.7%. So now India's unemployment rate stands at 8.7% and it has eased a lot, right? So thank you for watching, dear friends.